Cool.
Oh, so I'm very excited today.
Really? This isn't what normally happens.
Let me ask you this: you're a middle-aged man, and you keep your shit together. No, you are. We are. What are we? Young? We're not young. We're squarely middle-aged.
We're not young. We're not young.
Let's say a quarter century each, right? Quarter century. Then you're dead. Okay, maybe you eke out a couple more years at the end, but 75 we're more or less dead. Got it, right?
That's my dad's age, so yeah.
Right, and he's old. See, I'm doing the math right here.
Yeah.
And if we had kids, which we should be doing, but the Womans made it a fucking riskier than fuck proposition to have kids. Where are the children? So like, fuck no, I'm not doing it. So we are in the middle, and if we had kids, they would be what?
Well, they would be well behaved, and they wouldn't cause.
They would be young.
Oh, young. But
0 to 20, yeah.
You have to understand. It's hard for women to have kids, you know? It's
so hard. They've only been doing it since forever.
Can't you have some understanding?
It's so fun. Just to watch. Well, I was going to talk about it anyway. Now it's just as good as time. Man, I am fascinated, but I thought I was dark, but you show me these screenshots of these dating profiles.
Oh,
they are fucking unhinged. And it's not one or two of them. They are fucking unhinged from reality.
I'm doing it to show you what's out there and what you're dealing with.
I appreciate it, but it's kind of it. Take, for example, the coronavirus. And we're always trying to assess how bad is it? What's the death rate? Is it really that bad? And it's kind of the same thing. That's why I need the statistics and the data. I still need this data because I don't want to believe it's that bad. Like coronavirus, we all thought was horrible. Now it's starting to turn out to be pretty meh.
Yeah.
But with these gals, with their delusion, and it's not an anecdote or an exception, nor is it necessarily the rule. But tell the audience that screenshot you sent me the last time.
Well, I sent you a couple of them. One of them basically outright admits, hey, I'm a teacher and we're trying to get rid of, the patriarchy, white supremacy and all that. Like she actually puts that on her profile.
Yeah.
That's just, that's fine, but don't announce that,
take politics out of it.
Yeah. Stop saying you're feminist. Stop saying don't talk to me if you voted for Trump, blah, 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 blah.
Right. And I understand, okay, they're going to put their politics, but I'm saying for the analysis of this phenomenon where women just are not investable. These are not, and look at that profile. Like I'm a feminist and I'm a boxer and we're going to bring down patriarchy and and there was something else that some other crusader caused. Switch it the polarity. Now let's say it's an extreme rise. I'm for banning abortion and Jesus is my thing. It's like, how fun is this chick? Like who the fuck wants to hang out with her?
Did I send you the one? I might not have sent you this one. Basically, outright admitted, "Hey, I'm pregnant right now." So you have to. I sent you that one.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see her age?
No. How old was she?
42. She apparently artificially inseminated herself because she couldn't find a guy to snare as a husband / father / divorced chump.
It's not. Admittedly, you have to admit that's an exception where I'm pregnant and here comes the whole package sort of thing, right?
Yeah,
that's
not
that
first
common.
time I saw that. Yeah.
Well, what is somewhat common? You said it's between 10% and a quarter of them. That explicitly stated online. Then when you actually go on a date with them, it comes out then. But let's just say a quarter on average.
Yeah.
Are the rank feminists. They put it right there.
Yeah.
Like this is the number one thing they're going to tell you about is their feminine and what they're going to do with their crusade. There is an unanchored and untethering, not even a toe tipped into the world of reality as to considering what men might want. Forget marriage, just on a first date. And I just look at this with morbid curiosity where, okay, you have to applaud the left in brainwashing an entire generation of women to think that this is important that this is what gives them value. And above all else, not even to say that this is what men want. Fuck the concept or the idea of selflessness, altruism, or not even, those almost sound sacrificial. Just considering negotiation and that the fact that there's other people and what they want. And in order to trade with them or interact with them, you must also consider what they want.
I'm going to send you these more and more as I see them.
Send them all. I want to see all of them so I know, because you send me one here or there every 2 weeks or something.
I'll send you a bunch.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Send them all the time. Send me every one you come up across. Give me a screenshot, because I need to see this to get more of an accurate pulse. But it's like they're zombies.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking women in general, but a significant percent of the population, they're zombies. They're not capable of thinking of other people.
Let me ask you a question. And I'll look out for this. What percentage of these women that are on, these dating apps, what percentage do they actually mention what they might bring to the table? What they have to offer instead of just saying
I'm not on the dating apps. That's why I rely on you.
No,
but I was going to say 0%, frankly, based on what I'm gathering so far.
About 5%. There's a few on there that are like, hey, so, I cook, blah, blah, blah. I'm into this and that. They're there, but there's something else you need to know about them.
They're fat.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. Well, see, and here's it's not just women. This fascinates me about the human mind. Why do fat chicks put on makeup? Why when the fat black lady is going to go out and party, they put on weaves and they do their nails like nobody else does their nails. In the world of doing nails, fat black women have got this down. Why? But that's just black women. I'm talking all fat women. Why do they bother putting on heels? Why do they bother putting on makeup?
There's a few reasons. Like, one that comes to mind is they're copying their friends, their better looking friends.
Okay,
they're doing it to look good for other women, because they want to get compliments.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Am I warm?
Sure. Warm, yeah, lukewarm.
Lukewarm.
It's about sentience and consciousness and what is deep down inside. What do they truly know to be true? I know they come up on the internets and the dating sites and don't you ever talk. And I'm talking to white girls too. I got myself a master's in feminist studies, and don't you better this, better that, better. He better. That's a he better. What? But then when we're gonna go out, when we go to Vegas, the girlfriends go out to Vegas, or another example. Let me give you a different example. Dating profile pictures.
Yes. The MySpace angles.
Yeah. MySpace. What does that all tell? What is that proof? What does that indicate?
Well, it's a sort of a crafty thing that they use to try to mislead you.
Why are they trying to mislead you?
Well, they realize that they can't just that they can't be themselves. They have to look like this. What am I missing?
You got to be more jaded. Make the connection. Don't need no man fish bicycle. Beauty at any size. Beauty at any age. But when it comes to, and they're going to put up this front. But if they really believed in that bullshit, what would they not do?
Well, they wouldn't put on makeup. They wouldn't dress up. They wouldn't.
Right. They wouldn't do the angle. They wouldn't look thin. They wouldn't lie about the weight. They wouldn't post a fire. They fucking they fucking know what truth is. They fucking know. And they consciously lie. So this cognitive dissonance is just fascinating. And they will do it to the point it ruins their lives. We're like, they'll never admit, we don't need no man. I'm not doing it. They're ruining their lives. I mean, I go back and forth where it's the effective reality versus what they believe in their deepest hearts of hearts. And fat women putting on lipstick and makeup. Feminist women, why are feminists even out dating? Why? You remind men every fucking day you don't need them. Fist bicycle girl boss trademark. Why are you there then? Because deep down inside, maybe it's not totally in the frontal lobes, but deep down inside, they do want a guy. They do. And then I asked the simple question, if you want a guy, Chad, what's the next thing you're going to buy? Like, what's the next thing you're probably going to buy?
Me or the woman that's
No.
looking for...
What are you going to buy? What are you going to buy? What's next?
What am I going to buy next?
What's the next thing you're going to likely purchase? What will it be?
Man, I'm slow this morning. I need a help.
That doesn't matter. No, I mean, you're going to get a sandwich. You're going to go to Jersey Mike's. What are you going to get?
I'm going to get lunch. Next.
You're going to go get lunch.
Yeah.
Does the lunch have an option? Let's say you go to Jersey Mike's. Does the sub sandwich have a choice in whether or not it goes home with you?
No, it's forced to.
No, I got to get gas. Does the gas have a choice as to whether I pump it into my truck?
No, you're pretty much committed at that point.
Why does the gas or the Subway sandwich or the video game or what everybody out there is going to buy, why does it not have a choice whether it's going to come home with you or not?
No, it's not even a real thing. You just take it and use it.
It's a thing. It doesn't have a brain. It doesn't have an opinion. It's not conscious. It's not, it exists. It's a physical thing, but it's not sentient. It's not a soul. It's not a spirit. It's not a conscious entity, a conscious being that can think. But by God, these feminist gals and gals, this transcends feminism or leftist gals, they do not think that men are sentient, independent beings with their own requirements, standards, and because essentially, if I buy something, do I have the money to buy it? Okay, it's not a negotiation, but when you go into a relationship, business, matrimonial, legal, whatever, you have another person involved, a counterparty involved that has their own set of desires, wants, needs. I need this. I can't do it unless you got to wage selling your house. And that the buyer, seller, plaintiff, defendant, husband, wife, you have to consider the counterparty. You have to offer something. They talk about I am the table. Shut the fuck up. What do you bring to why? And it just empirically and effectively, what you see with these, it's amazing to me because it indicates these women are that stupid and that naive that they just show up and all you fuckers and you better have that. He better. Just impossible list where it's like, who the fuck wants to go out with you? Like they really think you go to the man store, you buy a man and you take it home like a cat or a dog.
I have a counterpoint. Like I agree with your entire... I firmly believe this because I've seen it and I've read about it and I even have people tell me about it. Dude, there are so many desperate dudes out there that actually go for these women that put no effort into their appearance. They exist. Unfortunately, they exist.
But these girls don't want these guys.
True, but it gives them the impression that they can get anybody.
Okay, and maybe these simps, maybe this provides a floor. I always have to think ceiling or floor. No, it's a ceiling. It provides a ceiling so these gals never. It's a bifurcated market where these guys will get their dicks wet or just get their attention. Oh my God, woman, vagina like me. But these gals are not going to be happy. I mean, have you seen Ilhan Omar's or Ocasio-Cortez's boyfriends or husbands now, I guess? Have you seen them?
I've seen AOC's, so I know what you're talking about, that pasty dude.
Holy cuck. Don't tell me these women are like, yeah, this is the guy I want walking me down a dark alley. Mm-hmm. I mean, and perhaps maybe I'm erroneous on this. And where I could see I'm wrong is how women modernly today and in the past, but increasing percent, not all, but an increasing trend, and men can be viewed as this way too, because fathers just aren't around, how they really look at everything as a check mark. I got my SUV, check mark. I have my master's degree in Social work, check mark. I had the college experience, check mark. I have a husband, check mark. I have a son or daughter, children, check mark. House of the suburbs, check mark.
Yep.
Where the simps will provide them that check mark. Not interaction, not love, not masculinity, not throbbing them and making them just pass out in orgasmic ecstasy in bed, or just like, wow, look at that guy. Maybe that's what they really want, is just the check mark. You know, I have it, I got it, but then later on they get pissed off, they get divorced, and they're unhappy.
Dude, of course that's what that is. I've been on dates with some women that they're treating it. I mean, you always ask questions on a date because it demonstrates that you'd like to get to know the person. And I'm sure there's dudes in the chat right now. You go out with them and it's so obvious that they're just kind of interviewing you and they're not actually interested in getting to know the real you. They don't care about you as a person, but they're trying to see if you can fit into the box that they're checking. And this is, dude, if they're older than 35, this is automatic. Like, no matter what the age, this is what's going on. They're trying to snare you.
But why be alive? I'm being deadly serious about this. If this life, your existence, is merely to collect things and check boxes and not meld, fall in love, and love is just one aspect, but to integrate and be like, wow, even to argue. I could see it where you got a James Carville and his wife were politically opposed to one another, where that sparring, where you have another human being you can engage and interact with. If you're not willing to have that, well, then fuck it. You know, you're not willing to raise your kid. You're not willing to hug them and roll around with them and give them shit and train them and discipline them. You're not there. Why be alive? You know, go get the sushi, go do your fucking traveling, go get the college experience. But seriously, if you're 32, 33, 34, 35, you had all the experiences, you got your fucking whatever, you got all the check mark. When you're done checking off the boxes, put a bullet in your fucking head, because what are you going to live for? What? You don't love your kids, you got the check mark, and that's all that matters. You had the kids. You don't love your spouse, you got the check mark. You're probably going to divorce them anyway. You don't care about what's left. Materialism? Like sitting there and you know what? Maybe we answered our question. Maybe this is why they're so fervent. So radical is not the word. They're so invested in their politics because they got truly nothing fucking else, when they could have a damn husband and some damn kids right there just waiting for them to love them.
Listen, man, I keep telling you this, like, you got to get going with that Operation Evil.
I know.
There are so many fat women that are never going to get anyone to commit to them. Like, more and more I'm seeing it. Like, there's so many of them. They're never going to get husbands. They're never going to be fulfilled. So there's got to be like a way to make money off of that.
There is an operation. Yeah. But dude, I just banged out this book here. You know this. I wrote the majority of this.
Yeah.
Vince said it, made his own changes. That takes a lot of me. Not to nerd out, but it's like Dragon Ball Z, where I get all my power in it, which I hate, by the way. I watched a couple of episodes, and then I shoot my big fire beam or whatever, and I'll do another one. It's like, dude, look. I have that. I have something going on, but I just need to rest. But no, there is, and I, like all bubbles, like all cycles through life, like everything in life, this too will pass. This too shall pass. This will come to an end. There'll be a financial crisis. Maybe Gen Z gets its head out of its ass. I don't think so, but we have an opportunity right now where there is such a female ego, or ego is one thing, but a self-centered feminism, but not in the political sense, all about the woman, this completely self-centered bubble where all it is themselves. And damn, Oprah was fast on that, man. Oprah, I don't know if it was by accident or by brilliant foresight. She saw that decades. And it is only 10 times as powerful and forceful and entrenched now as when Oprah started in the 80s. And I'm serious. Like, I listened to TFM as a perfect example, but we could talk Jack Napier, any guy where it's like, look at it, and TFN in particular, His solution is to take women's rights away, which I disagree with. It's not meritocratic, huh?
I'm just saying it's sort of annoying when people say that because you know it's never going to happen.
Well, it's not that it's never going to happen. It's unprincipled. I would even say it's amoral. There are good women. We should be meritocratic. But anyway, his simple solution is just take women's rights away, and this will all solve itself.
No.
But he is at the same time, he's a brilliant economist. That's why I really like listening to his economic stuff. Is just spot on and some interesting insights. And I kind of want to reach out to him and say, look, TFM, this fight, and this goes for everybody, even Rush Limbaugh, even people talking about stopping socialism. Look, we're all going to die here pretty soon. This isn't going to stop. This is going to continue on. And in an enjoy the decline kind of sense, since this is a given, why not capitalize off of it? Because there's how long, how many terabytes, how many hours, how many pages of arguments, evidence, reasons, rationalizations, imploring, beseeching, presenting logical theorems, proofs have we tried to give to women and the left as well about, and minorities, whoever is generally associated with the left? How much have we tried to stop them, not for our own good as well, but for their own goddamn sake? Look, you're going to die soon. And soon, ladies, another perfect example, you're going to get old and no guy's going to want anything to do. You got to X, Y, and Z to make your life better. Has it changed one person's life? Maybe one or two, but have we put a dent into this?
Not from my observation.
So why not capitalize off of it?
I know I still have some nice guy in me that needs to be like stamped out. I kind of feel for some of these women. I'm swiping through it and I look at them like they're going to die alone. They're going to die fat, with their cats. There's just so many of them. And I know that they wouldn't give a crap about me, but man, I would hate to be those people. Remember, you never want to switch places with them. So
I probably the group of people, if you want to stereotype it, would be young women in general that would hate me the most, I guess, ideologically. Like if you took a swath of different demographic people and had them tune out, young women, especially minority women, would hate my guts. But the irony that if these minority women just read any one of my books or heeded the advice, they wouldn't be in debt. They would not be overweight. They would have great careers or great jobs. They'd have sound finances, and they'd have a guy, and they'd have love. I mean, I can't guarantee you read my book, you're going to get love. But you follow Oprah's advice, you follow my advice. Swear to God, I know my medicine is horribly tasting, but by the end, you're going to be way better off than listening. I mean, how many women are like baby boomer, divorced, pissed off women now who listened to Oprah back in the 80s?
How many?
Yeah.
God,
millions. It got to be millions. I know some.
I see him every day, just walking around.
Yeah.
Not lately, but yeah.
Yeah, there was the gal. I take the nieces to this high-end bakery, and I don't have kids, but I have these little kids in tow with me, and me and the GF and the nieces were sitting there. And we're having a little bit of dinner. And I look, and there was a gal, fit the bill, no makeup, gray hair, short cut, overweight, sitting there dining by herself, no ring on the finger. You damn right, I'm going to assume. And I'm like, well, hopefully I can prevent these two little ones from ending up with that.
Yeah.
But man, aside from the close ones and the loved ones, what you're facing on the internet, like, fuck it. I mean, you just throw up your hands like, okay, yeah. All right, fine. Whatever, lady. It's all right. And how do you make money off of it? That's, you Derek Jackson it up or something, or Matt Hussey, and you make the money. But
I'm just struck. Like, the more I've done this as the years have gone on, man, there's just a lot of them. So many leftover women. It's crazy.
Well, and what's sad is you have to, they treat men like they don't have conscious sentience.
Right.
Or thought. Well, that's almost 100% true for them now. Like, this girl doesn't have independent thought. How common is this gal with he better? How common are the he better gals?
How common? It doesn't matter if you're fat, skinny, hot, not hot. It's everywhere.
Right. So if they've been conditioned and programmed by media, by politics, by professors, by teachers, I don't even necessarily mean the politics, but he better, and this is that, and that, and my prince is coming and all that. Are they independent thinking? No. I mean, maybe, again, deep down inside, well, they never let that out. I don't know what's deep down inside of you. Now I have, so when you go on a date with one of these gals is essentially interrogating you or interviewing you for a job interview, can you bond with that woman? Can you interact? Can you even have fun?
No. One of the last dates I went on, this was in mid-February or something like that, before this whole lockdown. I just remember, I met this one girl, a doctor who's, I don't know, 6-7 years younger than me. So, early 30s. I take her to this brewery that's about half a mile from where I live. It was a beautiful day for February. It was a beautiful day outside, sunny. I'm just happy to be there, because I'm like, it's a break from busy season and everything.
Sure.
She just had the most piss poor attitude, and she's doing exactly what you're talking about, like trying to get to the bottom of what she can kind of get out of me, which made no sense because she's a doctor and frankly makes more than me.
What do you mean try to get to the bottom of what she could get out of you? Like did you want a balance sheet or what?
Kind of, it was more, the interaction was less, joking and flirty and everything. And it's more like trying to figure out what my background is. So how long have you had your own business? Oh, how busy are you right now? Or how many clients do you have? At first, your ego is kind of stroked because you're like, yeah, I get to talk about myself. And then you realize that they're kind of trying to case you out as what you can bring to the table.
Well, it would make sense if during busy season, she's asking you about your business, but were there just too many questions where it's
too many questions, where did you go to school and blah, blah, blah. To me, they're part of getting to know somebody, but she just had too many, trying to figure out where I fit into that box. And she just wouldn't be present. She wouldn't smile. She wouldn't laugh. It was just stone faced.
That's key. I'm trying to remember, even when I was dating, the tooth pulling that would occur. And this is just me, but it's like a dance. Ideally, a date would go like a dance where it's flirtatious and you're trying to spar with one another and make the girl laugh. And there's probably nothing better in the world than when a girl laughs at your stupid quips or your stupid jokes.
Means she likes you.
She likes you, but she's also getting the humor and would throw a little bit back at you. You're not even talking, you could have a conversation about, this flip phone and make some jokes or anything. And you're seeing what the other person's mind can do to make a funny observation or just something clever. You're dancing. You're intellectually dancing with one another. And then you throw one over the plate. She hits it. She finds it funny. Or she gives you the look like, oh, really? Something like that. That's not a job interview. That's human.
Right.
But when's the last time you had a date like that?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Maybe last summer, last fall, okay, so we're not counting, and we were joking about this, we're not counting these virtual dates, that are going on right now.
Romances do not count.
Yeah, those don't count.
Do not count.
I'm talking about, in person. Shit, it's so rare. You try to do it. It's hard to do it when you're on your phone, right? And you're trying to convey flirtiness, blah, blah, blah. I've had instances where I thought I had good chemistry with somebody because, we're bantering a little bit. Then you get them in person. They're just kind of like, hey.
Yeah. Yeah. That's going back some time ago. No, and the sad conclusion that until a reset happens or Great Depression and blah, blah, until women can be human, make women human again. A lot of guys, especially your generation, my generation, younger generations, Gen Z looks like it's going to go the same way. A lot of you guys are just going to have to live with the fact you ain't getting married. I mean, you may, and you shouldn't want to, or let me rephrase that. You're not going to find a significant other. You're just not. Because I thought I was being jaded and cynical when I said women are not brought up to be wives or mothers. Now I'm 100% convinced it's not even an opinion. Women are not brought up to be wives or mothers. They are brought up to be workers and taxpayers and debtors.
Consumers.
And consumers too. Yes. Yeah, that too. But that's a robot. You can't fall in love with that. You can't form a relationship with that. And when you can, I mean, really, it's NPCs. You're just dating a bunch of NPCs. You might as well put that gray face over every profile you find and then upload it to that Reddit, that Reddit group.
Oh, the bitter women one.
Bitter women, but it's like, where can I find a man one or whatever?
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. It's the one where they have their female dating strategy or something like that.
No, not that one. This is a site where guys post dating profiles like you.
I've seen that. It's if you ever want to just get a feel for what's out there, just read the Reddit group Dating Over 30. Like some of the shit that they talk about. Whew.
Is that a guy site or a general?
It's a men, women. They post their profiles. They give stories about the terrible interactions and situations that they've gotten themselves into. They ask for advice. It's entertaining.
I keep, because I keep good company. Maybe the world doesn't look like shit, or maybe because I don't keep any company. But man, it has not improved in the past 15 years. I'd imagine it has not improved.
To me, it's so I was in a relationship for a long time, which ended 2 years ago. To me, as it's gone on, it gets exponentially worse. It just gets worse and worse and worse.
Exponentially.
Yes. It's like that when they keep trying to show the COVID deaths in New York or whatever, you see the curve just kind of go like that. To me, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. There's like,
well, soon, and now I know the simps aside, but soon men are just, they've already dropped out of the marriage market.
Yeah.
In part because they're forced to. They don't have the money. They have student loan debts. No woman's going to marry him anyway because he, fish bicycle, whatever, 666. So there's that. But the only guys that are going to subject themselves to that are going to be the simps. And any of the real masculine guys are like, okay, maybe they'll get, there's a dwindling population of girls that are kind of feminine still yet, but they're not going to get married. And it's already happening. Marriage is tanking. Births are going down for all racial categories. I think the brothers and Latinos are getting sick of this shit too. No, and it's going to be a desert where there is no love, no family, and it's just going to be like, nope, this is not going to, because I can't. I just absolutely cannot. Risks are too high.
I forgot to tell you this one story. This happened over the weekend. My first cousin, my youngest cousin, she's, what's she now, 33 years old or whatever. Mm-hmm. We were just chatting or whatever, and I had to get pretty real with her because she was complaining, I can't seem to find any guys, whatever. She's a big girl, she's big boned.
Say fat.
I mean, yeah, I guess she's
fat.
She's fat. And what I was trying to tell her, she didn't like hearing. I was like, we'll call her Jill. It's not a real name. I'm like, Jill, you have to stop, retweeting and posting all these like pro-feminist and anti-male things that you're seeing. But I was genuinely trying to help her.
I know you were trying, but okay, go on. I'm curious how this ended out.
The answer. We're banned. She's going on. She's like, well, why? That's what I believe in. I'm like, you're just not going to find anybody this way. And so we kind of had it out. She's not going to change it, but I was just trying to help. And
what were you trying to do, Chad?
Help.
Oh, when has that worked for you?
Never.
Never.
But I care. For most people, I don't give a shit. But it's my cousins. My first cousin.
Dude, I've let relatives go. I don't care if they're blood or not. I'm like, bye, see ya. Have fun with your shitty life.
I feel bad for her. She's not going to find a guy.
She's not. No, you're right. You're right. It's hard to get rid of the human, but once you get rid of the human, you're just kind of like, oh, that's easy. Oh, all right. I feel sad. There is one more thing. We'll get on to other stuff that I want, but because there's no solution to this. I am increase. It must be exponential because every day, man, I'm like, oh, he can't top that one. Oh, he did. Here's the pregnant woman. I'm the full package.
I only send you some of these. I can send you 5 to 10 of these a day.
Send me. Here's what I'd really like to know. Send me everyone that you find. Not everyone, but the one where you're like, holy shit, look at this. And I want to know the percentage. Like, the percentage of the profiles you looked at, what percent was this? Because I need numbers. I mean,
here's one. The percent of women on there that you have to like scroll past and everything, easily 50%.
Okay, because they're not physically attractive.
Yeah, so many fat women on these. And, I know I live in the Midwest and everything. I don't know what it's like on the coast, but...
Does it matter?
No, I mean, people are generally here are not very fit. So, yeah.
But, so I was going to say, I have someone that we know and provided me the insight into the woman's minds. And it kind of corroborates and is this horror. And I can't argue because this is a woman. She has more insight than me. She knows. It is depressing and dark and unhinged. It's not true. They are living a lie. And if what she says is true, she says, oh, this is all women. It's a life of hell. They really are not only thinking that there's their prince around the corner, but that they're entitled to it.
Yeah.
And that they're going to hold up. And not entitlement in a little spoiled brat kid, but that's like their birthright. Like they are going to have their prince. And I was informed a lot of it is Disney and media more than feminism and all that. But like even me trying to introduce concepts. Well, what about staying the fucking shape? Like, oh no, a man should love her for her. And it's like Christians and there's an afterlife. Like there's this promise of heaven. It's like, well, you better be right. There's heaven, because if you're not, you wasted your one motherfucking shot on this planet. And this genuine religion, this land of Canaan, this promised land, has been given to women, and they believe it, man. Oh, is there a brain cell deep down inside that knows? We don't have time to debate that, but you are right. This is an unstoppable force. This is like gravity. This is like the male sex drive. You're not going to change. And I think instead of us washing ourselves up like water and waves, breaking against a fortress or a break, just stop it. Just let's regroup and rethink things through. And I think one of the things is to profitize, certainly to lessen the pain. Certainly to quit wasting our time and our efforts and energies. I know it's academically and intellectually interesting. It's a very interesting game. But, and when you come new to this red pill world, I think it's fascinating. It's all new, and you do need to learn this and know this. But after a certain amount of time, it's kind of like, yeah, I'm done playing this game. I'm throwing in the towel, or I'm going to capitalize off of this system. And I think that's what's... To make lemonade out of lemons, I think that's the next stage. Pretty much every guy is going to have to go through at this point.
My weakness is still my empathy, and I genuinely feel bad for the ones that are never going to find a guy to commit to them. The ones that don't say anything about feminism, fish bicycle and all that, I genuinely feel bad for, because they probably are nice women, but they're just too fat. What are you going to do?
I got a buddy. He met a unicorn.
Really?
And I'm not going to go. Oh yeah, he met a unicorn.
Anyone I know, or?
No, I don't think you know this person. Either the gal he met or himself. But he was telling me the story about how, and she is. I'm like, holy shit, dude. And guess what her one flaw is, Chad?
She has a little bit of extra.
She is fat.
She's
not big bone. She's not got wide head. She is fat. And he called me and we're talking about it, and she is so rare on paper and in real life too, but her resume is just wow, holy cow, that if he could get her to lose weight, he'd have a perfect unicorn. And his debate is, okay, if I tell her to lose weight, there's like a 90% chance she'll go away. I'm like, yeah, but you can't have sex with a fat chick. You can't go out with someone you're not physically attracted to.
Right.
It's so desperate. He's kind of like, well, then I lose the girl.
So,
and I'm like, right now, he's like, I just like to have someone around.
It's one of
if
those.
you want to be happy for the rest of your life, then don't make a pretty woman your wife. That song. He's going to that. But I'm just thinking, like, how do you know what I call chicks I really dig but don't want to have sex with?
Friends.
That's what I call them.
I mean,
friends.
I'll tell you what I'm wrestling with. I know we're talking about this and we're going to move on, but the last thing I'll tell you is that it's like, ultimately, it's going to be very hard for me to find somebody who, it's going to be hard for me to find a unicorn, because I actually don't mind, doing stuff on my own. I don't have this incredible need to just have somebody to have somebody. So frankly, and this is probably going to hurt me going forward, somebody has to be pretty damn awesome in order for me to give up my alone time, my free time, or whatever. So
right, you have other interests going on as well.
Yeah. So it's going to be challenging going forward, but you know what? I'm not worried about it at all. I'm really not.
I think that's an important lesson here. So let's make all the listeners, especially the younger guys, thing important. Not only the takeaway, if we want to call it that, not only do you have to accept the increasing and very likely chances you're not going to marry, so that you don't waste your life, you also have to be vested in yourself. And I don't mean that in a female Oprah, self-hugging, self-twatting kind of shit going on. I mean, like, you have activities, you have hobbies. It's not on the menu.
Right.
An acceptable, marriageable woman is not going to be on the menu for the vast majority of you. And that's sad. It's not right. It's not what you're programmed. That's too bad. It's not on the menu. Okay. Restaurants closed. Given that assumption, what else are you going to do in life? How are you going to make it count? Because I'm going to operate from the premise that there is no afterlife. The afterlife is what your life was before you were born, nothingness, and you weren't even around to consciously recognize and say, hey, this is nothingness. No, it's over. And even if you're not sure, let's err on the side of caution, go out and make it count. And it's sad, man, but it starts with stop investing so much money and time, so much resources in finding the girls. And that's why I say leave a line in the water. But, you've seen that fishing, right, where they put a pole and they strap it to a tree. And if they catch something, they catch a fish and they come back and get it. It's kind of like that. Guys, life is too fucking short to be going online, looking at these profiles that Chad is. Thank God he does it in a very sacrificial way for our entertainment.
Oh, yeah, I admit I don't necessarily do it 100% for entertainment purposes, but you are going to get more and more of these profiles because I'm going to send it to you.
Yeah, no, it after a while, it's a cost benefit analysis, just isn't worth it. The Competent Man for $5. Dude Bros at Work, Barclays ETF, oil liquidating after dropping over $12 to under $3 in 3 months. It looks like USO ETF is next, or US oil. What you paying attention to this oil price stuff?
Yeah, it was what, minus $36 per barrel yesterday or something.
Yeah, and I was kind of like, well, I don't know how this works. So I went online, and every article out there doesn't tell me what I need to know. And then I found this very simple one. It's CNN Business by Gas Isidore. This is good journalism. I'm glad he wrote, because it's a question people got, but no one answers. Everyone just quotes the news. Oh, oil's below. It's like, yeah. So what? Do gas pumps pay us to take their money?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to know. Very simple question. It's so, he writes, what does it mean when oil prices go negative? No, it doesn't mean the gas station will pay you to fill up. And everyone's like, ah. Even though historic decline for oil cent prices negative on Monday, don't expect to get paid to fill up your gas tank anytime soon, or ever, truth be told. There were some unique conditions driving oil prices below zero for the first time ever. And more importantly, crude oil prices only have an indirect impact on retail price of a gallon of gasoline. The huge drop in the U.S. gasoline consumption in recent weeks due to stay-at-home orders and COVID-19 has pushed down both oil and gasoline prices as there is excess supply of both. I don't know if I ever told you this, but there's an oil refinery a little bit to my west. And anytime you're driving past, it's billowing, steam, and almost like there's like always a cloud above it.
Yeah.
And nothing, just nothing. That thing is shut down. I've never seen it not billowing steam or smoke.
Wow.
Yeah, it was kind of neat. And the space needed to store that excess supply is running short, which is part of what led to the negative oil price on Monday. The average price of a gallon of gas is headed into money stood at $1.81, according to AAA, down 5 cents a gallon from a week and off 36 a gallon from where prices stood a month ago as stay-at-home orders were just starting. So gas is cheap, more than $1 cheaper than it was a year ago this time, but it's hardly less than zero. Monday's negative price for crude was the result of some unusual dynamics in the oil market. The record low close in the May contract for West Texas Intermediate came on very thin trading volume ahead of Tuesday's expiration. That's because there are concerns that there will be no room to store those barrels delivered in May. The June contract, however, only dropped around 10% to 22 a barrel. And Brent crude, the world benchmark, just fell 5% to $26.50 a barrel. Remember it was $100 a barrel?
Oh yeah, I remember back in 2007 or something. It was up to like 150 or something.
Now he gets to where the gas is being sold. Wholesale gasoline futures and oil futures are definitely linked, but they don't necessarily reflect each other on any given day, said Jeff Leonard. Well, plus that's the price of a barrel of oil, and then it has to go through refinery and transportation, so your costs and overhead are added there. And even wholesale gasoline futures don't fully determine the price that a gas station will pay for their product. Most have contracts that determine the price, albeit with future prices factored into that. Once you have factored in the cost of wholesale gasoline, there are all the other costs that go into the price you pay at the pump. The U.S. Energy Information Administration estimates that in 2019, when the full year average stood at $2.60 a gallon, the average transportation and marketing cost was about 39 cents a gallon per gallon of gas. Refining and profits added another 34 cents on average. So the cheapest we could ever possibly find because of the supply chain, I guess, would be 39 plus 34. So that is 73 cents a gallon. So maybe that, and that doesn't include taxes. So I think a buck is about the cheapest it can go.
So it's still a little bit more expensive here, of course, because of the local taxes. But a buddy of mine who was driving out and about downstate, and you've probably heard this, 99 cents per gallon at one of the. I haven't seen that since I was like 6 years old or something. I mean, I
got a buddy in a town called Lakeville, and I filled up for $1.09 down there.
Wow.
And yeah, it was really cheap, and he gets really but I think it's more of a war going on with the three gas stations in town. So they're doing, and gas stations can lower the prices so it costs them money, but they're assuming you're going to go in and buy a Red Bull or get a sandwich.
Yeah, a loss leader.
Yeah. So, all right, go ahead. Get the super chat there.
Christopher Anand.
Oh, did Chad, you there? Oh, he's out. Hang on. Let me text Chad. Oh, there you go. Chad.
We're good.
Okay.
Well, they're saying they set a minimum price for a penny a barrel before I could get paid to accept futures for cash. Bastards. A penny per barrel.
Does Chris work in the oil industry or something? Chad, connect and reconnect. Okay, you're coming in and out, like blanking out and everything. All right.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Let's all take a potty break, everybody. I'm gonna go fill up some coffee. Chad,
I'll go back. I'm gonna get a banana. All right.
When she talks, she's like a samba that sways so smooth and oh so gentle and bop ba da ba dee bop beady beady. Oh, oh, I have to text this person. Ba-da-da-da. Oh, because if he doesn't do what I ask him, ba-da-da-da, he will fuck up something badly. And then more time of my day will go to deal with his mistake. Kill all the people, oh great and merciful Corona Chan gal in the outfit. Go kill all those people, cause I'm a misanthrope. Choke them by the throat. I'm a misanthrope. All right, maybe Chad sings better than me. We have, I want to show you. Oh, let's get rid of Chris there. Oh, hi.
Hey.
You back? Tinder sucks.
Um,
Help me out again. Because old man Clary, Boomer Clary. What's the bottom barrel? Is that Plenty of Fish? Or is it Tinder's the bottom of the barrel? All right.
I think Plenty of Fish is known to be like the lowest of the low with this stuff.
Okay. Then what's second worst? Tinder?
Yeah, I think Tinder's down there.
Okay, then does Match or
Match, let me tell you what I know about Match.
Yeah.
Like, you do have to pay for it to participate.
Okay, that weeds people out a bit, I presume.
However, I've observed this myself, and I've talked about it with others. Sure, you have to pay for it, and there's other women on there paying for it. But do you think those women are not using like all the other free? Like
Right.
everybody just does a shotgun approach.
Yeah,
So-
no, I understand. Yeah, I just I'd imagine. And Bumble, is Bumble better than Titter?
Titter.
Is but dude, one time I was teaching a ballroom dance class and I went to say organic and I said orgasmic. And not kidding, that got me laid that day.
Really?
Because everyone laughed. I mean, the girl cried out, and the girl's like, "No, you usually have to wait after you dance a little bit for that." I'm like, "Oh, she wants to see how they were flirting. You see how the
See, that must have been in the aughts because you
that
would've,
was in the that maybe even the 90s.
that wouldn't happen today.
The ladies found that very funny. That was
Yeah.
that today would get you a sexual harassment complaint.
Right. The whole world is freaking twisted. Like I was watching one of your videos right before this. I didn't make it all the way, but are women going to be even more paranoid because of this whole virus thing?
I don't. I think I think their paranoia level has been maxed out.
Yeah.
And this just gives them another excuse. I seriously, every once in a while, I think, what if old Cappy went back with all the money and the wisdom? And nope. I want to sit in my house in South Dakota, smoking a cigar, waiting for death to come get me. That's what I'm doing. Oh, hey, by the way, look what came in the mail today.
Oh, cool. When the truth hurts.
When the truth hurts. So you could get that. And hang on, let me get some crap out of the way. I think they haven't taken down my Redbubble account because reasons. I think it's still up there. And so you can't get the Jack mug because I ordered that just on a spoof, which you could find Jack Napier on YouTube. Yeah, it's still up. Look at this. All right, cool. I'll put this.
Where can we find it?
I'll put it in the chat room. But you can the short version, go captaincapitalism.blogspot.com, go to my blog, and there'll be the image of Corona Chan. It says merch. And right now, all you can get is stuff with Corona Chan on it because I haven't uploaded any more images. But you can, if you want a Corona Chan mug. Cool. I just got bored one morning sitting in bed. Did you ever date girls that just want to stay in bed on the weekends?
Yeah, I never had a problem with that.
I'm okay with it for a while, but like after 90 minutes, like, okay, let's fucking go here. You can have coffee. Isn't it nice and snuggly? All right, yeah, I'm human as next as the next guy is maybe not, but I got a little bit of humanity left in me. But and I'm breaking out the laptop. I'm like, all right, let's fucking go. It's fucking 11. Jesus.
the thing that always got them out of bed in my current apartment was all I had to do was mention, let's go to Golden Nugget across the street. They're like, okay.
Oh, that'll get it. Pfft, dude,
Yeah.
that's the only reason I come visit you. Go to Golden Nugget. No,
Still there.
all right, no super chats. Have you? Let me clean up. Death traffics. There's the oil one. Let me close out of that. I could close out of this. I could close out of that. I guess let's do the sponsors real quick. Okay. How not to become a millennial. Latest book, blah, blah, blah. Go buy it. Should be out in Audible book in a couple days. Reconnaissance Man. Get this book if you don't know where you want to live in the United States or where to go to college or where to take jobs. If you haven't traveled around, read this book. This book is very important. If, like all my other books, for the $10 or whatever you spend on this, you will save yourself thousands of dollars. And that is not a joke. That is a promise. Bachelor Pad Economics. How many people are following the advice and how many people filed their taxes lickety split anyway on April 15th, like good people, Chad?
I actually had more than I thought I was going to have. And I even,
really?
I try to be like, hey, there's no rush on this, but some people just have it in their head, I want it done by April 15th, which I respect. I think it's good to get them out of the way.
What? So you could say they've flattened the curve in your world of tax return. They have. They
did. And I was using that expression recently because it's normally, like that. Now it's just kind of, yeah. But it sucks. Like May and June are my months to travel, to enjoy life. And it's going to be hard to travel with this going on. And I'm still going to have to work. So,
well, that's it. All right. Curse of the High IQ. If you're tuning in, you should get this book because you suffer in ways you don't know. And no, I'm not kissing your ass. I'm telling you that's the truth. Enjoy the decline, accepting and living with the death of the United States. Should I just throw this one away?
Why?
Well, no one's listening to this one is. You could attach a platinum bar to this book and say, if you buy and read this book, you get a platinum bar. No kids would.
I actually have a confession for you. Yeah. I've read all of your books, or at least parts of them, except for Worthless. I haven't seen or read that one.
Why would you bother with that?
More out of curiosity. I mean, because you wrote it in what, 2011?
2011, yeah.
I mean,
okay. Would you read this book?
I already did.
Why? Okay, explain this to me. You're not black and you're not in poverty. Why would you read this book?
I was curious about what your ideas were. That's been out a few years, right? Because I think I was living in my old place. Yeah, when I read that.
Yeah. And by the way, just like young kids did not listen to this, the vast majority of black men have not bought this and applied this either. I'm not joking. This book, if this went viral amongst black males, black men would be out of poverty. Black women still be like going to the government and asking for a bailout and he better. They'd still be he betting the black dudes. But we can, if you want to help get your fellow black men out of poverty, there you go. And The Penn's Principle, written by Randall Bentwick. Oh, not
good book.
Yeah, it was a nice short read. I didn't mind reviewing it for him because, well, it was short. Yeah, it did audio. And then what else? So there's those books. Then there's also a book by my good friend Adam Piggott, and by good friend, person I hate a lot. You can find his website at Pushing Rubber Downhill, and he has a book by the same name, Pushing Rubber Downhill, which is an absolute must to read. Have you read it, Chad?
I haven't read that one, admittedly.
Do you listen to audiobooks?
Sure.
Okay, so when you go running, go get this book. It's a great unplug from politics. It's just the journey of a boy into a man, and it starts off like that. No pussyfooting around. No, he's in Perth. His girlfriend goes to Sydney. He hops on a shitty ass rickety crotch rocket and drives across Australia to go get her.
I thought he was in the U.S. for a while. I guess he was just visiting.
He was just he works in an industry where he's got to travel around. And thankfully we got to meet him. Me and the Great One got to meet him.
Oh.
And hell of a time. Just like 3 days of just weapons grade ball busting. Like it was the Olympics of ball busting. We were just like getting each other on every angle. And fucking Piggott, he got me good. We're talking about how I think the Great One was the oldest out of all of us. He's like, dude, man, how old are you? And I'm like, I'm 40. Then I think it was 45 or 44. He says, oh, dude, man, you look great. You look no older than 35, 36. I said, really? Just, nah, you old looking as fuck. I'm like, fuck you, bigot. He had this big ass thing of keys for some reason. You know, like what was first? Yeah, like his keychain had a shit ton of keys. I guess he had to have keys to open up different doors, but then there was his car keys, his hotel keys, all these keys, like this wad of keys. And so I went and made a booze run, and these guys were no, I made a cigar run. I take it back, man. So he's like, give me the keys to the car, take the car, drive around, go get the stars car. And there's just this wad of metal on my, and so I come up and these guys are watching television. I say, hey, have they turned on the news? And like, no, what happened? I say, dude, metal prices have just spiked. And it's starting to throw the economy into recession. Like, what? Metal prices? I'm like, yeah. Like, there's a shortage of metal. Like, what do you mean there's a shortage? And I pull out the keychain. I say, because all the fucking metal in the world went into making this goddamn keychain. And they're like, oh, fuck you, mate. It was just wonderful. Just wonderful, busting each other. So, so go to his website, pushrubberdownhill.com. Website, podcast, and book. And he has another book, Run Guts, Pull Cones. That's the second of his book. We have The Science of Mastering Women, written by Linda Gross. You could find that on Amazon.com. You know what that is more or less about? That is how to get the girls with statistics. So,
okay.
Yeah. She did a ton of studying. Like, there's a ton of data. It's basically just charts and data and statistics. So if you want to alpha away, not in an alpha sense, but a statistical alpha sense, you want to just whittle down to the alpha of what key things you have to do. That's going to give you every statistical advantage you can have to get the girls. But you know what it's still going to require of you, Chad, to get the girls?
Self-improvement, risk-taking.
The gym and dieting right. And if you can do so, you know what really helps get the girls more so than the gym?
Confidence, having a personality.
You suck at this. You are horrible at this, and you need to work more at this.
Being an asshole.
And you know, no, I'm bad at this too. And I already kicked my ass into gear on this one too.
You're bad at being nice.
No, I'm bad at being 6 feet or taller. And so we better fucking get our asses into gear. You better get more than 6 feet. I mean, seriously, as an asshole, but as a buddy, I care about you, Chad. You really ought to be more than 6 feet tall. All right.
Yeah. Well, we'll work on that. I got this, dude. I got this guy that lives right below me, and he's on his phone as part of his job a lot. Okay. I can hear him now. He's such a loud motherfucker. And so what I do, I have this rolling chair. We're kind of enemies at this point. It drives him nuts, you know, when I go like this.
Why would you do that? Why?
I don't know.
That I'm a pacifist, but come on. What?
Just cause I can, I guess.
All right.
See, I can be an asshole.
Okay, you could be an asshole. What else? Oh, MGTOW's Guide to Retiring at $200,000 in Southeast Asia. And then I have my best of books, including Capital Capitalism Top Shelf, Capital Capitalism Reserve. And this one, I had to put this over here because it's kind of a cumbersome book. No, it doesn't want to come out. Damn it. Love Letters to the Left. All the best of my blog writing. So if you're bored and looking for something to read during the quarantine, you have that there. Academic composition. If you want someone to write your papers for you, go to academiccomposition.com and have Alex and his crack team of writing staff write your papers for you. He's also always looking to hire writers and marketers. Both jobs suck. They're not exciting, but you can do them from home. And he pays. And then
it was his birthday just yesterday or the day before. Yeah, I saw on Facebook.
Happy birthday to Alex. Yeah, he emailed me. I got to put an ad up for him. And then I'm just going through my list here. I think that's it. I think we got that all. All right, cool. Let's get to some more.
You know what I wish you still did? Remember how whenever there was news, you'd be like, hey, I like the news. You like the news?
Yeah, because, and there is that possibility to do that with StreamYards. I just don't know how just yet, where you can integrate other media into a live stream. But that was when I was recording and then uploading before we were streaming. It's just the new thing. Yeah, I'd love to put some Norm Macdonald in and the Baldoni guitar intro with the DT. Yeah, over at the blackbrigade.org. Oh, that's the other one I knew I had.
Yeah, nobody ever podcasts anymore. It's all live streaming. I don't think it's necessarily bad, but
well, what it is do you want to use Audacity to record and then you upload to your podcast host site? By the way, I'm putting DT's link to his YouTube channel. Or do you just want to record on YouTube? Get a bunch of people who listen to YouTube now and don't bother with podcasting apps or downloading MP3s. Oh, YouTube, I'll listen to this. And they click. You know, it's like, do you want to just do Kindle and paperback, or do you want to do Audible as well? And then you still convert it to MP3 and upload it, and people get it through their podcast. So anyway, so DT has now done his YouTube channel, so you could go there, tune in, and subscribe. You should be subscribing to this channel for reasons. Subscribe to DT's channel so he could get above the 1,000 mark so he could start monetizing, which is shocking. DT's going to monetize. He was against monetizing for the longest time. I was even offering to pay him and the man when they had their yeah, I remember DT and the man. That was great. I'm like, I will pay you. We're not ready to accept money. Chad asked me if I'm ready to accept money.
I can't imagine you ever being in a situation where you would not accept payment for any type of effort.
Or just money. Why do I have to work for it? Like, if people want to give it, I'm not ready for the money yet. Oh, I'm not ready for big-titted redheads to give me a blowjob. I'm not ready for chocolate ice cream. Nope. I got to get to a certain point. If anybody wants to send me money, please do. I don't have to be at a certain stage in my life to accept it. So now I guess he wants, and you know what? I'm going to slam on the masculine geeks too, because they were the same way. Vince, I was like, Vince, why don't you monetize your shit? That's not our business model. Da 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 da. And I'm like,
you can't do super chats on the Masculine Geek.
Now you can, but they're like, we're Molyneux, same thing. We're gonna take Patreon. We're gonna take donate. Give me the fucking money right motherfucking now, as much as you want of it. Just go ahead.
He's never sold out. You know, he's not a sellout.
What sell out? What sell out? I mean, I know he makes money. There's no doubt about the masculine geeks. Now they're like, oh yeah, we'll take money. I'm like, good, about fucking time. So, but also the masculine geeks, check them out on YouTube if you want a break from politics and more geekery and masculinity. They talk about the girls, but Dungeons and Dragons as well. The girls, and now they like money. Apparently, so many people didn't like money. Don't know why. Cappy went and drank some more. Gurgle. You know, I could see a guy at a bar. You know, like he's just sad. Like the detective story. He's the only one at the bar. He's give me another one, Joe. Cappy, I haven't seen you drinking this much in a long time. What happened? Your girlfriend leave you? Cheat on your girlfriend? You file for bankruptcy? No, Joe, it's worse than that. Give me another one. Oh, geez, what is it, Cappy? None of my friends want money. Oh, that's...
You haven't had a drink in what, like over a year or something?
No, I had a drink 2-3 weeks ago, and that it didn't end up that poorly, but I had I drank for a day because, dude, this fucking Corona shit is getting to me, and it's fucking nothing to do. And you could, I could show you my workout routine. I did 19,000 steps that day. So I was like kind of buzzed. I wouldn't say I was hammered, but I was buzzed. And then the next day you kind of feel like shit. It wasn't a massive hangover. Not like when you and me went to, what's it called? It wasn't that bad, but it wasn't.
Mill. Yeah,
I wasn't 100%. I'm like, this is dumb. But then it's like, okay, but that angry, I had knots in my stomach because there was no anything fucking to do. And it took that away. So like, okay, that pain went away. But then it was like a little happy joviation. But then the next day it's like, a different type of pain came back. And now it's just, and you can't eat bad food. And I got to watch my cholesterol. There's no fucking vice out there.
I think you touched on this earlier, or at least somebody asked you about it. If you were the Myers-Briggs thing, you're a strong E extrovert, aren't you?
I don't believe in Myers-Briggs, but I am. It's not that, because I was a nerd and I was okay playing video games. What it really boils down to is apparently I'm the only one on this planet who knows he's going to die. And I knew this shit before the cancer scare. I knew this. I was like this before where I'm like, let's pack it in. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And everybody else is like, oh, well, let's watch TV. Dude, chill out and relax. And I'm kind of, I know they give me shit about it. Yo, TJ Martinell over at masculinegeek.com. He like, oh, yeah. Well, anyway, good old TJ Martinell. Go to tjmartinell.com. He's like, he makes fun of me. He spoofs me where it's like, let's do this. Let's go there. And how I play Dungeons and Dragons. It's like, let's go. Come on, come on, come on. I don't know why everybody is so chilled the fuck out and wasting their life, as far as I can tell, where they have no hustle. They're not doing anything. And that's where, you know, I'm not manic. I just want to live life and capitalize on it before I fucking die. You know, even had to chat with the girlfriend. I said, you're not here Tuesdays if you can work from home now. She came back Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm like, okay, you could be home one day. You're not here too. Get the fuck out of here on Tuesday. I got work to do. And even when she's here, God bless her, love her, and all that, it's this gratingly annoying thing. Like, this is my off, and admittedly, we're in a 1-bedroom apartment, saving money. But it's like, I'm trying to think what it's like. Like when a cat sees a threat and its hair goes up. When I'm in the middle of working and the GF comes in or anybody interrupts me, because I need to get this done. And the sooner everyone's like, why do you work so hard? Why do you got to? Because the sooner I make this fucking money, the sooner I can retire and I don't have to. Then I could, and no one seems to get this idea of freedom. Nobody seems to understand the idea of not fuck you money because I'm a minimalist, but it's fuck you money in my world where, hey, enough for retirement, enough for this. Now I can relax for 2 or 3 decades. People are on the pay-as-you-go system. People think they're going to live forever. People don't appreciate freedom. People don't appreciate free time. Nobody appreciates fun. No, even when they have the free time, what do people do, Chad? What do people do with the free time?
You know, they're probably just watching Netflix or, yeah.
We go for a walk. We're going to go for a what? A 10 fucking minute walk? Why don't you go for a hike? Hey, do you guys want to go to climb this mountain? Do you want to go to, why do you do that? They look at me like I'm the weird one. And I'm like, okay, well, I climbed this mountain. What did you guys do? Well, we slept in till noon. Then we watched The Tiger King. Well,
yeah,
whatever the fuck that is.
The only reason I watched that was because that girl that I've been, Skyping with or whatever.
Your romance.
Yeah, and she was like, hey, let's watch this. And I watched the whole damn thing. So, yeah.
Anyway, so I don't know if I'm an extrovert or if I just
I think you're an extrovert because you need to be around other people to be energized. So I think you're probably an extrovert.
I don't know if but see, that's the thing. When I golf or hike or road, most of my activities are by myself. And I'm okay then. I'm okay then. I mean, I love teaching dance class. I may even go back and do that. But it also helped when there was some hot chicks around, not these fat, bloated, recent divorcee boomer land whales where you literally couldn't get your arm around them to do a cuddle move.
Yeah.
All right. Jungle Motorsports for $5. The actual price of gas pre-tax can be near zero, i.e. gas could be $1.10 per gallon, but that means $1.10 is just going to taxes. Yeah, we got that.
Certainly here, that's the case.
Yeah, well, I remember down on Clark and what's the other one? Halstead, where they meet.
Yeah.
British Petroleum there. Jungle Motorsports, again, in Minnesota, gas stations are legally allowed to only sell gas at a loss only a couple of days per year. See? Because why would we want poor people to have more purchasing power? How are we It's been a sparse day on the Super Chat world. Go ahead, handle this one from our good buddy Juan.
Juan Cabrera, $1.99. I was against the bailout. I got money anyway. I want to do something real fast if you don't mind. Will you guys press 1 in the chat if you actually got your stimulus check? Because this is real with as far as what my clients are getting, and it's pretty random how they're dispersing these. Yeah.
Well, I'm
just
not.
see if
I was going to point out with Juan, this is a problem.
getting a lot of ones.
Yeah, well, get a lot of twos too. But anyway, Juan points out a moral quandary a lot of conservatives and libertarians face, where they're talking about, I could collect unemployment or welfare, I got laid off or whatever, but it goes against my morals. It's like, dude, take the fucking money. As long as you vote Republican, you have every right to take as much fucking government money as possible. Absolutely.
What way more people responding with a 1 in the chat. I'm glad you guys have got it, because a lot of people I know around here for some reason haven't gotten their payment. So
is it maybe you think your local regional IRS office or whatever, maybe something to do with Chicago?
I think they're just rolling it out in stages. Like, I know in my particular case, I don't have direct deposits for refunds, so they don't have that information for me. So you and I are delayed on. Yeah.
Well, take care of TJ Aftershock here.
DJ Bucks, how does one become governor of Minnesota? Parentheses, go to the Blake School. What's that?
The Blake School. That's where the Edina kids go. Yeah. There's the Blake School. St. Paul, I think it's Cretin-Durham, or St. Thomas Academy. Oh, St. Thomas Academy. Yeah. So Blake is the snooty school where all the rich kids go.
I got to read this next one.
Okay.
The comp and for $2, Chad, the $1,200 payment counts against 2020 tax refund. Here's the thing. They haven't actually determined whether that's going to be taxable or not. And I can't see how they would do that. No sense, because it's not like people who are getting this did not ask. They just, they put it into your bank account, direct deposit, without you even requesting it. So I don't see how they can tax that. It would make no sense.
If we get a Democrat president, they will. Don't worry. President Biden, they'll do it. They'll tax it.
That'd be weird. It's not like unemployment where you have to apply for it and get it. This was literally you wake up and it's there. So
it was kind of weird. Like a couple people I know, like, hey, did you get your thing? Yeah, I'm like, yeah, but it also poof, there it is. Like, oh, that was odd. I didn't have to fill out any paperwork. Oh, so it is possible we could do things online, not have a fucking income tax and do a sales tax. Oh,
you had no chance to opt in, so I think they'd have problems trying to tax that. So,
bailouts.
$1.99.
Oh, we got another one. Go ahead and read it. Yeah.
$1.99, Juan Cabrera. Even conservatives were in favor of this bailout. Yeah, it's actually the Democrats that seem to be holding it up. So
they were against it because it wouldn't go to their agencies, and then they'd mete out the money while taking a fucking half managerial fee to pay their fucking social worker, union government worker parasites. Trump outmaneuvered him on this way. He says, no, we're just going to give it to the people. Fuck off.
Oh, there was some shit in there. Like 25 million got committed to the fucking Kennedy Center in DC.
Yeah. Yep. Harvard's getting a couple million, even though it got a $40 billion endowment.
I read that article. That's insane. These Ivies that have the largest, 42 billion or something is their endowment.
I will never hire or do business with an Ivy Leaguer. Like, I will never go.
Insufferable.
It's like, nope, get the fuck out of here. Nope, get the fuck out of here. We are not going into business together. Nope. I mean, I guess a lot of choice. I don't have a choice but to like buy products by entities that are ran by Ivy Leaguers. But like, if I were to ever start a business, there'd be not one Ivy Leaguer. Like, nope, get the fuck out of here.
I've had some as clients, and we almost always clash because they just assume that they know more than me.
Yeah, no, I don't have time for Ivy League. So the restaurant industry disproportionately affected by the Corona Chan, yes?
Oh yes, 20% of my clients are in the service industry.
Yeah, and I feel real bad for the service industry, the employees, and the restaurateurs. Have you seen the tiff going on between small restaurant owners and the big large chains? The big large chains getting bailed out, and the small ones not.
I've heard about that. Was there something else, something interesting that happened?
No, it's just that, Cheesecake Factory decides they're not going to pay rent anymore.
Oh,
And large entities, large, I don't know, Applebee's or whatever, these big, large multinational restaurants, national restaurants are getting bailed out and getting their money.
yeah,
But then Joe's Pizza Shack doesn't.
yeah.
And so people are complaining. So I want to read this little article here, and then I will toss you a question, Mr. CPA. A slap in the face. Small businesses got no PPP loans, while chains like Shake Shack got millions. With the federal Paycheck Protection Program out of money, some small business owners are expressing anger that bigger businesses like the pricey Ruth's Chris Steakhouse chain receive tens of millions in dollars of assistance. Take Rahul Islam, owner of Gandhi Mahal, a Bangladeshi and Indian food restaurant in Minneapolis, Minnesota. He applied for a six-figure loan through the $349 billion Small Business Administration initiative and got nothing. I believe bigger restaurants have better systems for dealing with this, while we were just working hard to keep our doors open. They have people to navigate this for them, while they had to do it ourselves. And I think that's why they were ahead of us in terms of applying for loans. Islam told CBS Money Watch. Islam, who is from Bangladesh, thinks his application was denied probably because his restaurant entered the paycheck loan queue relatively late. Well, yeah, if he applied late and the money ran out, yeah, I get it. He applied.
Money ran out quickly. Whew.
Yeah, he applied for the loan April 16th, nearly 2 weeks after many banks began accepting applications. The language barrier also sent him back. Whose fault is that?
That's not anyone else's fault but his own.
His fault. Come here, we speak English. Terribly sorry. I understand spice language, and if you tell me to make something very spicy, I can. I understand loans and things. We need a lawyer, an accountant, a banker. My banker is wonderful, but by the time I realized that this was an option available to us, it was too late, he said. Frustrated with the application process, And I'm not picking on this guy at all. He should learn the language, though. That's your fault. That's on you. But Islam is right. His last name is Islam. Smaller companies are not getting the bailout loans. Okay. Now, this is bad. I'm just, I got to evaluate. If I put some thought into it, maybe I'd have an authoritative opinion on whether we should be giving money to restaurants or whatnot. People should have saved money for 7 years feast, 7 years famine. But on a completely separate note, why is it probably better or best we give the money to big, large chains or large multi-million, multi-billion-dollar restaurants and not whatever his Bangladeshi into small little one-off shops, independent shops? Why is it we should not be giving? And this is cold and calculated. Not saying I don't care. Not saying I poor Islam. He's not doing well. But why is it him and other independent restaurant owners probably shouldn't get the bailout anyway?
Well, it's probably because they don't have enough reserves and cash, or they're not going to. I admit I'm not quite sure why it's better if these big companies get it over small businesses. I mean, I'm a small business owner.
Well, where I am, like where I could kind of see the reason for a bailout is this is unprecedented. This is like hurricane relief.
Yeah.
Okay, we didn't know the hurricane. So should the government step in and provide? Libertarian side of me, every company, be it an independent restaurant or Ruth's Chris, should have 3 months operating cash. But
yeah, they should.
We don't live in shoulda land. Why should large established restaurant chains get the money and not small independent one restaurateur owners?
Like, is the angle you're going for because they employ a lot more people and they can?
No, okay. So we bail out 1,000 independent ones as opposed to one company that has 1,000 chains or 1,000 restaurants. What do we know? If you are Ruth Chris or Subway, Cheesecake Factory, you know of these things, right? Have you ever heard of the Bangladeshi hut?
No.
No. If you were to come here 3 years from now, or if you were to come here 3 years ago, would the Bangladeshi hut be there?
Oh, probably not. I think
Why?
Well, because it's gonna fail, and it's not. They're not being smart about their cash reserves, and
absent coronavirus, what percent of restaurants make it anyway?
Oh, I see where you're going. Isn't it something like 9 out of 10 restaurants fail the first
And
year?
I have, yes, it's very interesting statistics I looked up because you hear the general, 9 out of 10 don't make it or whatever. It's a horrific failure rate. And the reason why is people want to run a restaurant. Because it's been their dream. They think it's going to be fun. They don't want to work hard at it. Same thing with bars and all that. And when you have an established chain, like Ruth Chris, how long has that been around? 30 years?
It's been a while, and I really enjoy going there.
I've never been there. But their business model works. They make a profit. Subway, no matter what you may think of them, it works. McDonald's, it works. I'm trying to think of other restaurants. Olive Garden, it works. The only reason we know of these,
I was just going to mention, like, the one that is across the street from me, Jersey Mike's. They've been open for a couple weeks now. Mm-hmm. Those guys, the owner, I've talked to the owner, I know him, always there, always fucking working.
Well, this isn't to say Islam isn't working at his place either. But what my point is why are we going to bail out a restaurant that was likely going to go under a year later because you guys can't manage for shit? And then I'm going to be honest. I looked up his restaurant. It looks like shit. It looks like another standard restaurant that's going to go out of business within a year under good conditions. Whereas,
what city?
Minneapolis. Because I looked at it used to be in my old neighborhood. I was like, oh, it was just down the street from me. And Tilly's little coffee and biscotti store, the coma money, we're going to, no, 90, we're going to get to the data later. Most of you were going to fail anyway. Whereas Cheesecake Factory, although they're chintzing on the rent, and I don't agree with that, that's a business model that's proven to be profitable. Applebee's, TGI Fridays, these are proven to be long-term successful businesses. And so I'm kind of like, okay, small little restaurants don't get, because 90% of you are going to go under anyway. And our money's just, it's like, oh, should we bail out the student loans? Why? You're going to go under anyway. With your fucking worthless degree, you're still going to file for bankruptcy. What, should we bail it? No, you're not. You weren't going to make it anyway. So why should we bail you out now?
It's interesting that people's loans are now paused right now. They don't have to pay them.
Right.
I wonder how long that's going to go.
Well, I have a feeling. I'm actually quite optimistic. This is going to be over in a month. I really am cheering on the Corona check because I just hate people so much now because they're so fucking stupid. So here it is. This is from, what is it? Your Business, Arizona Central, but they cite a study. Both Perry Group International and restaurant brokers have completed studies on the average lifespan of restaurants. Their results are slightly different, but showed the same trend. The Perry Group The Perry Group study concluded that most restaurants close during the first year of operations. 70% of those that make it past the first year. So this is 70% of the 30% that make it. 70% of those that make it past their first year close their doors in the next 3 to 5 years. So 70% of 30%, that's 21%. 21% to the 70%. We're at 91% of restaurants close the next 3 to 5 years. 90% of the restaurants that are still operating past the 5-year mark. So 90% of the 21%, which is 18%, will stay in business for a minimum of 10 years. So that's good. So if you make it past the 5-year mark, you've probably established that you got a good business model and you're serving the locals that they want your food. Okay. So that's all of them. The restaurant broker study, the only one to make a distinction between chain and independent restaurants, concluded that up to 90% of independent establishments close during the first year.
Yeah.
And the remaining restaurants will have an average 5-year lifespan. This is a money-losing industry. Seriously, you want to take your life savings and start a restaurant? Go to Vegas and put it on red. You're statistically much more likely to succeed than going into it. And it's going to be less painful and less time consuming.
You remember that across the street from the Golden Nugget, so basically in my back alley, we definitely ate there one time, but I don't know about more. You remember that Mexican restaurant?
Yeah, I loved it. It served booze late at night, sure.
So that died over a year ago. It was gone. And they put in something new that's a lot better, that's amazing. Only problem is their grand opening date was March 1st.
Ooh.
So yeah, really is a shame. It's not their fault, but they're gonna die.
Well, no, it isn't their fault. Maybe that was one that would make it, but life isn't perfect.
Yeah.
But I could totally, as a taxpayer, as an economist, it's best that Islam go bankrupt now. Not the religion, the guy named Islam. It's best he go bankrupt now, save him a year or two struggling to make his restaurant that wasn't going to make it anyway, survive with the taxpayer bail, only to fail again, saves me money, saves him time, and then he goes and he figures out, I don't know, he becomes a banker or he becomes an accountant or something like that. So I kind of, maybe a lot of this came when I worked in banking. I'm not for the little guy. I'm not for the small business owner. Small business owners don't know shit.
They really don't.
I mean,
I see a lot of them, dude. Clients, they just are clueless.
You're too lazy to do accounting. I'm a truck driver. I run I saw plenty of restaurants, plenty of bars. Y'all don't know shit. You like the idea, but because you didn't want to work hard. The irony, you didn't want to work hard. You thought it'd be fun to make food, and you don't realize, dude, do you know what a pain in the fucking ass it is to make food and apply with all the regulations that come with food safety?
Liquor license.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Here, there's so many fees and licenses. It's just so hard to make it into a restaurant.
And I'll point it out again for those of you who complain about the price of a burger. The real cost of that burger, when you go to a restaurant, or the real cost of that Asian food is likely $1 more per meal, or 50 cents more per meal than what you're paying. Yep. And the reason why is because most people who start restaurants dip into their savings, mortgage their house so that they can subsidize your food at a loss to them, because they're so ego invested into making this restaurant go that they will destroy I've seen it. I've seen houses with 3 mortgages. You take a 3rd mortgage out. Oh, because we didn't expect that the oven would go down. It's like, well, the oven's 30 years old. Don't you bookmark for capital expenditures? What's a capital expenditure? Why are you running a fucking business?
I should send some of these people to you, because I have a number of them where I've had to have some really hard conversations. It's not my role to say whether you should stay in business or not, but I mean, sometimes I sit them down in my office and I'm like, look, man, you've had 3 straight years of negative returns. Like, you have no more money left in your savings. This isn't working. Like, you have to give up.
Do they even listen? Has one of them listened to you?
Maybe only one, but you have to understand, I've told many people this. I've gone above and beyond. Like, I'm playing your role, which I'm not supposed to do. But only one person, as far as I like. You're
one
right.
Out of what? 10, 20, 12, 5?
In the last 6 years, 50.
Wow. Okay. So
yeah.
2% of the people listened to you.
To be fair,
98% went on and ruined their lives.
To be fair, remember, I'm just supposed to do their taxes, put their books in order. I'm not supposed to tell them what to do, but I do anyway.
As an accountant, as their CPA, I think you have not a right, but it's your position. It's not impolite or bad business to provide that information. But if you want, send them my way, because I'll charge you. Yeah, send them. So you got to talk to this guy about the viability of your business. Then I'm the bad guy. You're the good cop. I'm the bad cop, and they don't hate you. All right. And I don't care if they hate me, because I got their what?
You got their money. So who cares?
Right. What do I got that the masculine geeks and DT hate so much? And Stefan Molyneux, he hates it too.
Well, you got sponsors, but I mean, you also got donors and
no. They hate the money. Why do they hate money? I don't know why they hate. Why does Molyneux hate money? Why does DT hate money? Why does the masculine geeks? I don't know why they hate money. Maybe they're secretly socialists. I don't know.
I have to admit, I probably owe Molyneux some payments, because I've been listening to his material for years and I've never actually given him anything.
I gave him plenty of money, and I was going to give him a big donation until the PayPal thing went away.
Oh yeah.
And then now you got to do Starscream or Screamstar or Streamlabs or something like that. But I should donate a little, but I haven't listened to him in a while. But yeah, I would donate regularly, because it's like, all right, dude, I know this is your thing. You're the biggest capitalist, anti-capitalist there ever was. So I Plus, I do want to be on the air. So if that's how he supports himself.
Yeah.
All right, take care of this super chat here. We'll finish off with the super chats, and then we're going to get going here pretty soon.
Stars Cream 1540 for $5. Are the following examples of people wasting their time? 1, watching sports ball. 2, watching the Tiger King. 3, listening to the Older Brother podcast.
It all depends. Like, there's not, you got to sit down, right? I watch Magnum PI. Oh, great show, by the way, that I rediscovered. 12 O'Clock High, the TV show, not the movie, but the TV show. That's a good, solid flick. All you do it because it's masculine show that we have here. Dude, you guys would love it. It's like this old black and white World War II 8th Bomber Group in World War II. It's really cool. So nothing wrong with watching it. Nothing wrong with taking in a game. It's when that's all you fucking do for your socializing in your free time.
Here's another positive for me personally from this Corona Chan thing. There's been no sports ball. And you know how I sometimes get a little bit too into watching it sometimes? Right. I don't think I'll ever watch it again because I haven't really missed it during this time, and I've picked up other things to spend time on. So I'll still do it socially, but I think the days of me sitting at home watching a game are officially gone.
Yeah, but you'd still go to the bar like to meet up with your buds because they're going to go watch the game, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it really has been cool for the last 6 weeks of not even thinking about sports ball. It's good.
You know what I was so happy about?
What's that?
What did you notice was missing from March? March was a very sane.
Yeah, March Madness. Like a lot of people. Yeah.
The sanest March we ever had because nobody was mad. Where did the madness go? There's no madness. It was very reasonable and rational March. It wasn't mad. It wasn't insane. Therapists were not called in.
You know what I really hope? This is one reason that I'm okay if this keeps going, this Corona Chan. I don't know. When you lived in Chicago, did you come across like the annoying ass Cubs fans on the north side? They were just wherever you go, these games are constant and they're so drunk and they puke everywhere.
No, I didn't go. I didn't really spend a lot of time in Wrigleyville. The Bulls won in '97, I think it was.
Yeah.
So I was there when they won. And that was fun. I enjoyed that. That was just a good old time.
Yeah.
But no, I never Chicago. That was one of the best. I love the people of Chicago. That was 20 years ago, but I never met a more, because I came out of this backstabby, passive-aggressive Scandinavian, Minnesota socialist fuck environment, and you come to Chicago, it's just like, oh, real people, you know, just like you sit down at a bar, you accidentally bump, you say, hey, watch my back over here, and then like, oh, sorry, buddy, that's right, you want a beer? I mean, there was nothing hidden, no knives stabbed in your back. But yeah,
I must not have gone to the South Side.
I did. I dated a girl on the South Side.
Ooh, no.
Once or twice. That was a nice girl. Nothing ever came of it. But I remember dropping her off on my convertible, and I had a white hat on because we went swing dancing. And the brothers on the corner, they looked at me like, I can't believe what I'm seeing. And
was she a sister?
Yeah, she was a sister. Yeah. No, it's like, what's it called? Band of Brothers, where Spears runs through the enemy lines and then he runs back and people are looking at, the Germans are looking, they're so shocked they don't fire at him. It was kind of like that. They're like, what the hell? So let's go Juan.
$4.99. I doubt this will be over in a month. It's profitable to collect unemployment than going back to work. Welfare parasites never had a job to begin with. You know, I cynically kind of agree.
I disagree. I think people are so cooped up and they're so sick and tired of being with their significant other. They are going to be begging and screaming to get out. I guarantee you, I don't care what the welfare check is. I'm getting out. Plus, that was a one-time deal with Trump.
Well,
you're not going to get $1,200 a month.
The unemployment, I think you get an extra $500 per week from the feds now. So what I worry about with Juan is that, yeah, people want to get out, but now they'll just go to the beach and collect from the state. I think this is going to cause a lot of people to leech for a while.
For a bit, I have a feeling people are pent up. They want to get back to work.
Mm-hmm. I hope so.
The people who are leeching are already leeching. You know, it's like, oh, is coronavirus going to make women even more picky? And even more jaded and a royal pain in the ass. Oh, yeah, because they're like just the most sweet, charming, wonderful gals from 1947 saying, gee, that'd be swell if you took me to the sody pop shop. There's the people who were parasiting before are parasiting now. The people who want to work, they're going to go back to work.
I hope you're right.
So do I.
Chopper Dan 88 for $1.99. Aaron, your books changed my life direction for the better.
But what do you bring? He better. Chop it, Dan better bring something to the table. You better. Chop it, Dan. You better. Thank you. I'm glad it changed it for. I've never had anyone say my books changed their life for the worst. Unlike Oprah's books, which have just destroyed 2 generations of women. It's brilliant. Can women really say that about Oprah? Like, I love to see that. Like, oh, yeah, when you told me feminism and socialism and I got to get lippy with my husband. Yeah, that really worked out. That's great. Here I am alone in the nursing home. Oh, I think that's it for Super Chats.
It is. I'm going to read just one quick thing from the comments. I'm surprised that you're more optimistic than I am. Dan Aykroyd Rules said, Chad Elkins, people are pathetic these days. They will milk this as long as possible, especially during an election year where politicians will be kissing the ass of the American electorate. I wish I didn't agree. I wish I didn't. But
they are pathetic, but see, maybe it's not faith. I have no faith in humanity. I just don't think their egos, let's put it that way, their egos are being limited. They can't go out and party. They can't go to the clubs. They can't go to the bars. They can't go to restaurants. They can't they can't get out. They are, it's like wanting to get out of jail. It's like, hey, we'll pay you to be in jail. We're going to, essentially what this is we're paying you to be under house arrest. All right. And okay, may I provide a counter bit of evidence that I think
I would like some.
All right. This shows you how powerful it is. People collect welfare. Why? Why do people go on welfare? Why do people do most things they do?
Well, because it's laziness, right?
Lazy.
Yeah.
So shouldn't most people be indoors playing video games and watching television and getting drunk?
That's probably good for the first week or two, but now people have been doing it for over a month.
I went to Walmart. I got a bike behind me. I don't know if you guys could see that. You know what was all sold out?
Hand sanitizer.
Bikes were all. I had to get a tire. I had to repair this bike. Bikes are all sold out. Have you gone outside? Did you have a nice day this weekend?
You're right. There were a lot of bikers all over the place.
Dude, there are so many people walking and so many people. Now, wait a minute. Hold it. I thought they were lazy. They are so cooped up. Fat people are starting to walk. Lazy people are buying bikes and kids are setting down their fucking tablets and going playing with the other neighborhood kids. So I understand the great financial incentive to just collect a check. But these people are being so cooped up that the boredom is now overpowering their key motivating force, which is laziness, that you actually have people going out and exercising now. Bikes are sold out. So no doubt there's a huge financial incentive, but I present Exhibit A, people are so cooped up, they're actually exercising.
Do you think this would work if they're making more money, from the state than they would making it a normal job? That's what I worry about, because I agree with you that people want to get out and everything, but if they're financially incentivized to actually not do work,
well, they're going to be, because we can't afford $2 trillion a month in paying everybody to live. So even the Democrats, we don't have the money. We can't print it off fast enough. And I think saner heads would rule, like even Paul Krugman would come and say, whoa, hold it. I said you could only increase the money supply 100% a year, not 1,200% a year. Even he would come in and say, otherwise you're going to cause hyperinflation and blah, blah, blah. The economy can't soak in that much money. So even I think the Democrats even would cut it off because, much advertisement as Ocasio-Cortez gets, she's a fucking moron. and more, there's people within the Democrat Party like, you really need to shut the fuck up and go look pretty with your tits right now and get your ass back to Harlem, where the hell she's from, over in New York.
So I don't think you would ever do this, and I'm not going to do it. Did you know that we are allowed to fire ourselves and collect unemployment with the 500 per?
I did not know. Do I want to?
That's why I said I don't think you'll do it. I'm not planning on doing it, but
you know what? I got other shit to do. I really, will it make me money? Fine. Can I get money from the government? Sure. You know what? I'm not that fucking pathetic of a person. Like you, I have other shit to do.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it because I'm still getting work. Like I should not be getting work right now, but I am. So I'll do it.
All right. We're done. If you guys would like to help out the show, go ahead and buy some of my books. Go to captaincapitalism.blogspot.com and go ahead and read. Click on all the links I got there. Subscribe to my other YouTube. Subscribe to this one. Subscribe to the other YouTube channel, which is Aaron Clary. I know a lot of you just clicked on the link. This is the older brother channel, so subscribe to this one. Subscribe to my regular YouTube channel, if you would kindly, please. Share with family, friends, and things like that. But then if you want to help out, you can go to olderbrother.com. And you could go ahead and donate via PayPal. If you want to do Stefan Molyneux, you want to give money for nothing in exchange, you could give me money at PayPal. But then there's Patreon, of which you get behind the scenes podcasts and articles and pinups of Mary Jo. And then there's the Amazon affiliate program, which only pays 3%. But that you can all find at olderbrother.com/donate. The best way, though, is to go buy some books, read the books, refer books to friends, and then... God, there's something else that's missing. I forgot. Oh, Asshole Consulting. Why did I not think of this? What else? There's that Asshole Consulting thing. If you would kindly, if you have questions that are more specific to your situation and problem, go to assholeconsulting.com, where for some money, I will yell at you and curse at you and tell you what to do. And you will feel very, very bad. You'll be in the penalty box of shame, but then you'll avoid things like divorce, bankruptcy, poverty. Is that worth a little bit of a hard medicine? I don't know. Is avoiding poverty worth $40 now? I don't know.
I gotta jump in 1 second. So
sure.
I found this thing on YouTube. I still have it up. It's called How to Get a Council House. It takes place in the UK. It's basically people trying to get, free or very heavily reduced rent. They're trying to get that. You would not believe the entitlement in these documentaries. Like, people are just like, yeah, I deserve it. It's crazy.
Those people don't exist. I mean that in an intellectual. I know they physically exist, but are they a sentient human being? Are they any different than the girls you're trying to date on the Tinder or the Instagrams or whatever? They don't have a sentient thought in their life. They really don't exist. And if they got all the check marks, they got the free lodging, the free this, the free that, and they put their shitty ass art up at the local coffee shop, they might as well put a bullet in their head because they don't exist. They have wasted their humanity.
While I was watching this yesterday, it crossed my mind how if you ever watched this, like you personally, your blood pressure and everything, you would turn bright red because it would just...
Oh, Cappy don't care no more. I'm going to have my house, Chad. I'm going to smoke my cigars, and I'll die in about 20 years. That's about it. And if you would like to contribute to the Cappy Cigar Fund, we'll do that. Save your donations. If you want to contribute to the Lucifer Geronimo Poke Bowl Cigar Fund, save it for tomorrow. We'll have a Good Morning Corona Chad podcast tomorrow.
Oh, somebody a friend of ours just texted me. Awesome show with Clary. Caught part of it today. So. Oh,
cool. Good. Is it a dental friend of ours?
No, it's somebody who also is into motorcycles and.
Oh, okay. I know who. Yes. Yeah. Okay, good. We'll say hello, common friend, person we know. So, all right, take us out appropriately.
Toodles.